So what's your plan? What is it you want to accomplish? What is it you want to achieve? That's very, very important that you decide what your image is. You decide what it is that's essential about you. You know what your currency is, so you know how to measure success. And then you have a plan. And you take specific action towards a known outcome. I'll talk to you more about that next week, but I want you to at least start to contemplate having a plan. And I said that one of the things that you need to think about in managing your life is not telling everybody everything you know. You don't need to tell everybody your plan. You may have people in your life that would sabotage your plan if they knew what it was. I had a great example one time of a young woman that worked in a law firm, and she was a paralegal. Let me tell you something about paralegals. I worked with a lot of lawyers in some of the biggest firms in the world. Some of the most brilliant men and women lawyers that you could even imagine. Paralegals made them successful. Paralegals, like nurses are to doctors, paralegals are to lawyers. They're the ones that organized the files. They're the ones that knew where all the bodies were buried. They're the ones that knew the documents backwards and forwards. They're the ones that made those men and women look brilliant in court. There is always a great team around somebody that's really good at what they do. With doctors, it's nurses. With lawyers, it's paralegals. With me, it's my producers. They're the ones that really know the details. They're the ones that study these guests. They're the ones that manage them ahead of time. They're the ones that put all this together. All these things I'm talking to you about right now, my producer for this podcast, LaFern, put all this stuff together. She's got me outlines here of stuff I've told her I want to talk about. There are always people that are really good at what they do and make others look brilliant. And this paralegal was the best of the best. She had heard about a job at a bigger law firm in town that was looking for somebody to lead the entire paralegal group. That law firm had over 100 paralegals, and they were looking for somebody to oversee all of those paralegals. She was in the running for that job, and she was so excited about it. And she went to lunch with some of her fellow paralegals, and she just was bubbling over telling them about all of this. I saw her about a week later, and I said, "How's it going? What'd you hear about the job?" She said, "I didn't get it." I said, "You're kidding me." Because I thought for sure they would be idiots if they didn't hire her. And I said, "If they just not made up their minds?" She said, "No, they made a hire." I said, "Who did they hire?" And she said, "They hired the girl that sits right across from me. The woman right across from me in the paralegal office." I said, "How did she even know?" I talked about it at lunch. That woman listened to her talk about it at lunch. She went back to her desk, called over there, made an appointment, went over there, took her resume, interviewed for the job, got the job, knocked her out of it. She wouldn't even have known about it if this particular individual had not shared her plan. Now, was that an evil thing to do, or was it just her taking advantage of the situation? Well, I don't know. I don't know what she said to him about this woman. But I do know she didn't even know about that job until she shared her plan and told her about it. Keep your plan close to your vest. You don't know who's listening. You don't know what their motives are. I'm not asking you to be paranoid. I'm just asking you to be smart. Keep your plan close to your vest. That's just what winners do. I'm not telling you how the world should be. I'm telling you how the world is. And if you want to win at this game of life, then you need to recognize that whether you like them or not, there are rules that dictate how all of this works. And these are the things that I'm telling you are essential to you getting ahead in this game. So I'm just saying, if you think, well, boy, we're playing hardball here, maybe you are. And I'm going to ask you to do something else here that you're going to think, well, is this really right? Again, I'm not telling you how the world should work. I'm telling you how it does work. You have to be willing to stretch. Let's talk about the woman that I was visiting with you about the paralegal job. One of the things she said to me was, I'm a paralegal and I'm really good at it. Am I getting ready to elevate myself to my own level of incompetence? I said, well, what do you mean? And she said, well, I'm real good at what I do, but I'm no manager. I haven't managed before. I've managed cases. I've managed lawyers, but I haven't managed 100 paralegals before. I'm very successful where I am at what I'm doing. Am I getting ready to elevate myself to a level where I will fail because I overreached? Will I fail because I have stretched myself beyond my own capacities? Well, how would you answer that question if you were moving up to the next level in life? Maybe you're moving up to a new set of friends. Maybe you're moving up to a new job. Maybe you're trying to form a relationship with somebody that in your heart of hearts you think is out of your league. Whatever it is, be willing to stretch, because trust me, anybody that gets ahead feels like they're faking it. At some point in their life, they feel like, I am one step ahead of being found out. I'm masquerading. I'm reading one page ahead in the manual of everybody that I'm leading. And I'm just masquerading. You would be shocked to read the research of how many people in this life feel like they're masquerading. That they just have an appearance of competency. They just have an appearance of being prepared to do whatever they're doing, but they don't really feel like they're adequate to do it. And if you feel that way, don't feel alone. I'm telling you, everybody feels that way at some point in their life.